Good evening, students. Today we will be discussing about capacitor and capacitance. So let us first start with what is a capacitor. Capacitor is a system of two conductors separated by an insulator. Remember that in case of a capacitor, there will be two conductors will be there. Let this one is the conductor 1 and this one is the conductor 2. And if these two conductors they are separated by an insulator, then this is called as a capacitor. And remember that in case of a capacitor, the two conductors they are oppositely charged. Suppose if this one is positively charged, then this one will be negatively charged. Coming to the charge, let Q be the charge present on the capacitor 1, and here also the same charge. Q will be the charge present in the capacitor 2. And coming to the potential of this one, let V1 be the potential of this capacitor 1, conductor 1, and V2 be the potential of the conductor 2. So this is our capacitor. Okay, and remember that here on both the conductors, both will be having equal number of positive and negative charges. The magnitude of the Q will be same for both the conductors, but the potential will be different, because we know that this one, the plate which will be positive, that will be having higher potential as compared to the plate which will be the negative one. So this is our capacitor. And here very important thing is, remember that it is not necessary always that in case of a capacitor two plates will be present. Single plate capacitor is also possible, provided if we will consider this plate, the second plate is placed at infinity. So if this second plate will be placed at infinity, then we will call it as a single plate capacitor. Is it clear? Then, and one thing always remember that capacitor is always connected with a battery. Let us come to the another diagram. Suppose here two plates are there. One is positively charged and one is negatively charged, and they are connected with a battery. Is it clear? So now what will happen? That this battery, this cell, it will supply charge to the plates of the capacitor. So remember that if your charge is present, if Q will be present here and here, in between the capacitors, field will be present, electric field will be present. And due to the presence of this cell battery, here potential difference will be there. So if I increase the number of cell here, suppose now I will place another cell here, suppose I will increase the cell here, then automatically the strength of the electric field will also increase. In between the two plates, the strength of the electric field will also increase. So whenever you will be adding more number of batteries here, here also the strength of the electric field will also be increasing, so as also the potential also. So here I can say that the potential difference across this plate V is proportional to Q. V is proportional to Q. Or we can say that from here we can define that our C is equal to Q by V, where C is the proportionality constant known as the capacitance of a capacitor. This proportionality constant C is known as the capacitance of a capacitor. Capacitance of a capacitor. Remember, we'll discuss about later about this capacitance of a capacitor. Let us first discuss about the capacitor. If I will say that, what is the charge of a capacitor? Remember that the net charge on a capacitor is 0 always, because here this plate is having positive charge and this plate is having negative charge, but the magnitude of both the plate charge is what? Same. So hence the net charge of the capacitor is our 0. Remember, and whenever I will say that the potential of the capacitor V means this one is our V1 minus V2. Potential difference between these two plates is known as the potential of the capacitor. And if I will say that charge on a capacitor means this Q, the charge which the positive plate will be having, that charge Q is known as the charge of the capacitor. Charge of the capacitor. Q is known as the charge of the capacitor. V, which one is V1 minus V2, is known as the potential of the capacitor, and the net charge on a capacitor is always 0. Okay. Now coming to the capacitance of a capacitor, which is given by C equal to Q by V. Capacitance of a capacitor means this is the ability of the capacitor to store electric charge. It will measure the capacity of this capacitor to store electric charge. And remember that this unit, the unit of this capacitance is farad. So I can say that 1 farad is equal to 1 coulomb by 1 volt. The SI unit of the capacitor, 1 farad is equal to 1 coulomb by 1 volt. Is it clear? Then coming to the types of the capacitor, we are having two types of capacitor. Capacitors are of two types. One is fixed capacitor. And one is variable capacitor. Fixed capacitor and variable capacitor. Fixed capacitor means the capacitance which are having fixed capacitance, they are known as the fixed capacitor. And those capacitors which are having variable capacitance, that means their capacitance may vary, they are known as the variable capacitors. The picture and representation of this fixed capacitor is like this. And for variable capacitor, it is like this. So whenever you will find any picture like this on a capacitor, that means it is a fixed capacitor, and if it will be like this means it is a variable capacitor. Then if I go to the practical use, then you will be having some other units of this capacitance. Just note down 1 microfarad. Remember that 1 microfarad is equal to 10 to the power minus 6 farad. Then next it will be coming 1 nanofarad. It will be equal to 10 to the power minus 9 farad. Then next one is our 1 picofarad. That will be equal to 10 to the power minus 12 farad. So whenever you will be getting any problem, then you have to convert the unit of this microfarad, nanofarad or picofarad to farad. You will be using these things. 1 microfarad is equal to 10 to the power minus 6 farad, 1 nanofarad is equal to 10 to the power minus 9 farad, and 1 picofarad is equal to 10 to the power minus 12 farad. So this is all about our capacitor and capacitance. Then coming to the types of the capacitor, capacitors are of different types like spherical capacitor, cylindrical capacitor and parallel plate capacitor. So here we will be discussing about parallel plate capacitor and its capacitance. Parallel plate capacitor and its capacitance. All of you just remember one thing, that in case of a capacitor, the capacitance of a capacitor mainly depends upon its shape, size, then separation distance, what is the separation distance between the two plates, then nature of the medium, also. So these are the factors: shape, size, separation distance, nature of the medium. Depending upon this, the capacitance of a capacitor may vary. So now we will be discussing about parallel plate capacitors. Parallel plate capacitor means you will be having two plates. Let this one is positively charged and another plate, it will be negatively charged, and they are separated by certain distance. Let their separation distance is our d. This is a parallel plate capacitor. Now we will calculate what will be the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Let here Q be the charge present on the capacitor plates and A be the area of these plates. Okay. So now if I'll ask you, what will be the electric field in this region, region 1, region 2 and region 3? By using Gauss law, we can easily find out that in the region 1 and in the region 3, the electric field is our 0. Already we have derived. And if sigma is the surface charge density, then the electric field E in the region 2 is given by sigma by epsilon naught. This one also we know that here it will be directed in this direction E, and the value of the E in between the two plates will be sigma by epsilon naught. Is it clear? So now we have to calculate what is the capacitance of this parallel plate capacitor. That means C. our formula is C is equal to Q by V. Okay, so here we have to first find out what is the potential difference between the two plates. From the relation between V and E, we can write the potential is given by E into the separation distance. So here E will be equal to, E already we have calculated, it is sigma by epsilon naught. So it is sigma by epsilon naught into D. So the potential across the capacitor is coming, V is equal to sigma by epsilon naught into D. And also we can know that the surface charge density sigma is equal to Q by A. So by putting this value here for sigma, we will get our V is equal to Q D by A epsilon naught. Then it will be equation number 4. So now we can easily find out what will be the capacitance. Here our C will be equal to Q by V, that will be equal to Q by, potential is coming Q D by A epsilon naught, Q D by A epsilon naught, and we can see here and Q will be cancelled. So this implies that C will be coming epsilon naught A by D. So see, capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor is given by epsilon naught A by D. This is the formula for the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor.